Jafar! Snake Jafar was your sexual awakening? If there's a tiny little wiener somewhere on screen right now, I'm gonna flip my lid. My grandma loved fat boys. What? What? No, this is not real. Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're doing something different, something interesting. 2 weeks ago, I sent out an announcement for the people in my community to send in their confessions for the stream that is happening right now and right here. In this video, we'll be checking out all of the sins, the crazy stories, the embarrassing moments that these people have gone through live on stream and judging them. And without further ado, hello YouTube, let's get into it. We currently have, 56? You're kidding me, right? All right, first confession, let's take a look. I should have a judge's gavel or something, I feel like, for this. Okay. This is extremely embarrassing, but I once was part of a completely unrelated streamers community and was extremely parasocial with them. Oh no. And got pay-pigged so hard that I'm pretty sure I probably spent, like, at minimum 5K during my 2-year tenure there. I will never admit this to anyone, but it's one of my biggest embarrassments in life. Not even a part of that community anymore, so it's even more embarrassing. Oh, God. You know, it happens. Okay, I'll say this. I love you guys all so much. I love you all like a brother, a sister, a mother. And if you can, please gift a couple subs right now just to, like, show that you actually love me back. That is, like, the reciprocity of that. So please, like, gift the subs now so I know that because I love you, you also love me. And then so we'll know that the love is there. Okay? No, but okay, I will say this on Twitch and like you're done. Oh my God! You're done, bud. Oh my no! I was joking. I'm so sorry. Okay, I was joking. Good God! Oh my God! My camera just died. For anybody that might be on YouTube, I have a thing that pops up and I had to close it, so now my camera's gone. So give me a sec here. Oh my goodness. There we go. We're so back. When I said I love you all so much and give me subs to show that you also love me, I was joking. It was a joke. That wasn't a real thing. But thank you. I will say this about this. If you're like new to Twitch or you're new to like the streamer atmosphere, a lot of times it's hard to see through like the parasocial aspect of it if you have not experienced it before. So like this is something that's actually quite common, I would say. I don't judge you negatively for this. Even though you're embarrassed for it, I wouldn't feel embarrassed by it. It's a learning experience. And at the end of the day, we learn from it and we move on. And, you know, it's unfortunate you're not in that community anymore, but hopefully onwards and upward to bigger and better things. All right, let's go next. In middle school, I got worms. If your beehole is itchy, it might be worms. Wash your hands. Yeah. Put one in the chat if you might have worms. Let me see those ones flowing, guys. Come on. I'll tell everyone this. You can get worms from biting your nails. Damn. So this has actually happened to my cousin recently. Insane. Uh-oh. This will happen, man. You got to be careful out there. This is why I always wash my hands. This is why I always wash them. No one believes me. This is not my confession, but it's true. Okay, Owen Lee. Okay. Okay, man. All right, let's go next. That one's pretty straightforward. Okay, if there's more like this, I think we might be able to blast through this. On my very first road trip with my then girlfriend, now wife, we got food poisoning together and we were and puking our brains out at an Airbnb. The best part, the Airbnb only had a compostable toilet, aka no flushing. I wanted to laugh and cry. This is amazing for like 2 reasons. The first reason, on the first road trip with your new then girlfriend, this is a bonding experience. This is trauma bonding at its finest. Like, if you can and puke your brains out and still look at the person and not have the ick and still feel that love, then you gotta respect it at the end of the day. GG. And now wife. So, I mean, let's go, man. That's awesome. I'm sorry about that food poisoning, obviously. I had food poisoning once. Actually, it wasn't food poisoning. I had the flu. And it was probably one of the... I wouldn't wish that experience on my worst enemies. So, yeah. Sick, dude. Romance is alive. True romance is having dual toilets facing each other, and then you battle your partner in a game of battle shits. If you haven't done it, you haven't experienced true love yet, And I wish that one day, and I hope one day you can experience that with your partner. That's when you know it's the one. Let's go next. Nobody knows this, but one time my boyfriend left on a 2-month trip, and I thought, what a good time to quit vaping. This same day, I randomly bought a liter of Simply orange juice and started taking a sip every time I had a craving. The next day, I was out of orange juice. I was really craving nicotine, so I went to buy more orange juice. And then I took a sip every time I craved nicotine, and then I drank a sip every time I had a craving for months. And then I started waking up in the middle of the night to take a sip of Simply orange juice. I started buying orange juice at work just so I could have a sip. I started vaping again when my boyfriend got home. I still drank the Simply orange juice. I drank a liter of Simply orange juice every day for probably 6 months straight. This Simply orange juice costed at least $1,500 total. Oh my God. That's a month of rent. I'm salivating writing about... I'm getting there. I can understand it. I can actually understand it. I'm salivating writing about Simply orange juice. It's so tangy. Can we not say Simply orange juice every time? Like, do we have to say that? Can we just say orange juice? OJ. Say OJ. It's so tangy and delicious. I crave the feeling of having 3 canker sores and then being incinerated by orange juice. This is Laza by... Okay, little bit of lore here. We have someone in the community known as Olivia Mooney, who has been known to be a serial OJ killer. In terms of OJ, in terms of having OJ, she can put it back. She can put that back. And now, I'm going to do a little deduction here. I also know someone in the community known as Lazasan. And if I know them well enough, they would say Simply orange juice in replacement of just saying OJ or orange juice for every instance of OJ, and try to impersonate Olivia Mooney so as to draw shade further on Olivia Mooney's orange juice addiction. I rest my case. Nice try, Laza. But if this is Olivia or anybody otherwise trying to impersonate Olivia, that's fucked up. Also, good job. Although I will say, I would like to see a study get done on if Simply orange juice, oh God, I'm saying it now. If OJ, having an excessive amount of OJ is worse than nicotine over a long period of time. I would be curious to see if that is true or not. At least you're not going to get scurvy. At least you won't get scurvy. But you might actually end up turning orange. Okay, let's go next. I once got my arm stuck up to my bicep in a hole in a door. We were at an escape room and the hole was labeled glory hole. Dude, why? The guy running the thing didn't notice for 30 minutes. In the end, the guy had to come in and open the door, and my friend had to lube my arm up on both sides of the door with hand soap to get me out. I went back to the company a couple of years later and asked if they knew about the incident. They did. I told them... They remembered? I told them I was that person. They then said, "Oh, you're the glory hole girl. Oh my God." And a legend was born. Sometimes I go through life and I wonder, are the friends just the glory holes we shouldn't have stuck our arms in along the way? Probably. But in this case, whoever you are, curiosity killed the cat, but in your case, curiosity got its arm stuck in a damn glory hole. It shouldn't have put it in. And now you're a legend at this local escape room. And maybe the escape room was actually a guise the whole time for someone to discover that there was a glory hole they could stick their entire arm into elbow deep. You never know. All right, let's go next. Oh, what the fuck is this? If I wanted to read a novel, I would. What is this? Oh my God. Okay. So, chat will probably know who I am anyway, unless there's another medical doctor in chat, which would be great for chat to guess. I was a 4th-year medical student. A student doctor doing my rotations at OB/GYN back in 2021. A regular pregnant service patient. Service patient means basically getting free healthcare in a state-of-the-art universal hospital by allowing residents/trainee doctors and student doctors to learn. This was her 5th pregnancy in our hospital. She came in labor. Female OB resident told me to glove up with sterile gloves. I was like, huh? Why? I was already panicking because I already knew that what she wanted me to do. Oh, are you going to receive the baby? Is that what that means? She asked the patient if it was okay for her that she do a pelvic exam as well as me. The student doctor, I'm using pelvic exam for TOS. Pelvic exam? Wait. Which when I finally heard made me have an out-of-body experience. Out-of-body experience me since I was the only guy rotating and I had other female co-student doctors. Oh. She also asked if I would prefer the female student doctors or just her doing it. And she was nice and said that I'll let the guy do it since it's probably his first time. She was confident with the quality of student doctors since she has been to our university teaching hospital for all her pregnancies. I was still shell-shocked at this point because I don't know what is what down there for female because, man, I'm gay and I've never been in someone's business like that, but I'm pretty much a bro to all my straight guy friends. And funnily enough, none of them ever clocked me for being gay alongside my coworkers, acquaintances, and med school classmates who have not clocked me. I'm not the typical effeminate gay stereotype that is known in our country, which frustrates me up to this point. Also, no worries, I've reflected on this a lot. My mass preference is not internalized homophobia. I also personally asked for her consent twice just in case she wasn't comfortable, and she still gave me the go-ahead, and we had the curtains closed and draped. I was doing the pelvic exam. From what I knew from anatomy textbooks, I had a male cadaver during my first year of med school, so I really had no idea. Damn, dude. Going in, Actually, I'm not going to use any verbiage there. She had tickled and said, whoa, lower. And I'm like, I'm really sorry. Oh, and she said, it's okay. And I finally got her measurements for assessing the stage of labor. She was then assigned to me for monitoring of her labor. Then the OB resident went out along with my other classmates to attend to other patients. She said, are you a virgin or do you like boys? Because I don't judge, but you look pretty straight, but I'm not sure now with how you did that pelvic exam because it seems like you didn't know what you were looking for down there. Wait, the patient said that? Is that what that said? The patient's... That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, no. Okay. I said, yeah, I'm gay. Sorry for that being so weird and awkward for both of us. And she said, I got you, sister. Which just made me laugh, crying, and we chatted for a long time while waiting for her labor to progress. And I assisted with her delivery and all up to her discharge. That's so funny. Oh my God. Fast forward to my internship year after I graduated. And I, funnily enough, got academic honors for being one of the best OB student doctors in my graduating batch. I met her again for a regular checkup at our hospital outpatient wing, and she saw my scrubs with an MD, and she said, my sister, oh my, an actual doctor now. My resident told her that thank you for letting this guy learn. He did really well and even graduated with honors. She said, good job, girl, and was like, I'm happy to be able to help good doctors in the future. She then winked at me and darted her eyes to the other hot doctor, which was beside me. My female OB resident was so confused with that encounter. Wait, darted her eyes? Interesting. Okay. She added me on Facebook. Wait, what? She added me on Facebook since she saw my name on my scrubs and said, thank you for helping with my delivery and letting me be a part of your journey of being a great doctor, which I replied, no, thank you for everything. This was a weird but refreshing and great memory for me because people in my country has some insane homophobia due to traditional Catholic values, so no same-sex marriage alongside being the only country without divorce aside from the Vatican. Wow, that's unfortunate. Probably what gave me the courage to actually come out to my straight friends after my med school graduation, which they were awesome about. Oh, that's good. Thank goodness. Because of this, I also got in touch with the queer community because I felt I didn't belong because I was masked, and all which was not so common when I was growing up. I ended up being a tech guy for drag queen shows and bars in my free time for a queer artist collective. So that's all. Thank you for listening to my confession. Hey! Wow, that's a sick story, dude. Claps in chat. And congrats on you for being so like brave with all this stuff. Man, that's such a... The only word I can think of is like naked experience. It's like you're going in dry. No, dry. We're not saying going in dry. We're not saying going in dry. We're saying we're going in... What's the word I'm thinking of? Raw? Going in... No, not raw. Not raw. It's not raw. It's not dry. Going in... Going in blind is the one. Going in blind is the one. You went in blind with this, and you showed a lot of vulnerability and a lot of courage. And for that, I applaud you. Let's go next. My Shrekual awakening was Jafar from Aladdin, but only when he turned into a giant snake. I really want to start saying names, because I feel like I got a couple theories on this one. Also, Shrekual is crazy. Shrekual is crazy. Jafar? Jafar! The snake Jafar. Snake Jafar was your sexual awakening? Okay. You know, I get it. As strange as this might be, I get it. And I'm happy for you. I'm genuinely happy for you. All right, let's go next. I got home from a party in college, and the sorority house had a really old can of whipped cream, and I grabbed it, and it smelled like throw up. Ugh. I sprayed it all over myself and laid down in the kitchen and just rolled around in whipped cream that smelled like throw up. Wow, I have so many questions. Okay, I will say this. I'm trying to relate to this. It's very hard for me to relate to whatever the fuck is going on here. I have rolled around in a couple pizzas with the boys before, but I've never, and I probably would never do this. I'd probably never crack open an old whipped cream can, spray it on myself, and roll around in the kitchen. I wouldn't do that. That's just me. Personal preference, I think. The part that's throwing me off a little bit is the throw up thing. That's what's throwing me off a little bit. I was drunk, okay? Wait, what? Okay, let's go next. My roommates took me home one night and I passed out in my bed. Woke up and really had to pee, and the dorms had these wardrobes, and I climbed in mine and tried to pee in it. In the wardrobe? You know, this is not that weird. I'll be so real. It's really not. Because think about it. Everybody that's probably here right now in the chat or watching this video, they've all, one time or another, had a piss drawer, right? We've all had a piss drawer. It's just so convenient. The height of it's very convenient. You slide it out, you pee in the drawer, you close the drawer for later use. That's it. We've all done it. And if you guys say you haven't, bunch of friggin' liars, all right? Bunch of liars. But, yeah, no, I can see this, especially if you were drunk. Wait, were you drunk? It doesn't say anything about being drunk, I don't think. Wait, so did you just piss in a wardrobe? One time or another, we all have a corner of the yard that we used to pee in. We all have a corner of the yard where there's a strange patch of grass that we pee in. So this is not that far off. In fact, this might make more sense when you're really thinking about it. All right, let's go next. You can probably cut that out. You can cut that one out there, editor. My partner and I were very drunk and walking home after a night out. We were feeling very frisky and couldn't wait until we got home. So we decided to hide in an apartment complex stairwell to get it on. Mid-sexy time, I ended up falling down the stairs and broke my ankle. We were drunk, panicking, and decided to get redressed. Probably a good call. And that my partner would carry me to our apartment building and lay me at the bottom of our stairs before calling an ambulance, so it looked like I broke my ankle falling down the stairs outside our own apartment. You know, I can respect it. Have a little restraint if you can. The commitment to the bit. Listen, we've all probably done something embarrassing and then tried to cover it up. We've probably all done it. This'll happen. You broke your ankle? That's crazy. That's crazy. You guys are getting funny, man. You guys are getting pretty funny. That's crazy. I hope no one got that on their Ring camera. Oh my god, can you imagine? Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. I hope your ankle's doing better. I know what it's like to have crankles, so hopefully you're doing well. All right, let's go next. When I was a baby, my mom and her dad were chatting and changing me in their old house. It was a small room with the wall pretty far behind my mom and her dad over to the right. I sneezed and shat at the same time so hard it hit the wall. It is now my favorite story to tell random people. Damn, dude. Not the baby sludge explosion. Damn, I was 37. That's crazy. That's crazy. I think we all kind of have, like, our parents have told us stories like this. I had one where my dad was holding me. He was holding me like this in front of him. And I just straight up head-butted him in the forehead. Just straight up just head-butted his ass. I mean, it's not really exactly the same, but you know what I'm saying. Kind of similar. All right, let's go next. I know it's not uncommon. but if I'm in a new bathroom, I look in everything. No cupboard or drawer is safe. Your makeup, snooped. Brand of hemorrhoid cream? Noted. The quality of your terry cloth? Judged. I cannot stop. I don't want to stop. I will never stop. Oh my god. I do not do this. It's not my business. Like, if I go to a washroom, like someone's house, I do not do this. Is this an invasion of privacy? I'm judging you and I hate you. Whoever wrote this proudly. No hate, no judgment. No hate, no judgment. You know what I will do is I'll look at their bathroom literature. That's what I'll do. I'll look at their bathroom literature to see what kind of stuff they read when they be pooping. Because, like, you gotta have some good stuff. Don't go snooping, man. It's not our business. Okay, let's go next. So, I was a day kid and lived across the street from my grandparents. Real quick, what is a day kid? What is that? Anyway, they were a day kid, and they lived across the street from their grandparents. My grandma loved fat boys. What? The ice cream. Oh, okay. Whoa. And these kind of chocolate sundaes on a stick ice cream bars. I came up with a brilliant scheme and stole one of my grandparents' front door house keys. I was homeschooled and would oftentimes lurk around the place when they were out of town or in town shopping or on an errand, whatever. I would break into their house with my stolen key, raid their deep freezer in the garage and eat ice cream. I did this for years. I never ever told them I'm still fat. Dude, okay. I used to do this. I used to actually do this. I'm not even kidding. Okay, but to be fair, grandpa's freezer and fridge is like free game. It's free game. At least it was for me back in the day. That shit was free game. So, like, if there was, like, any treats in the freezer or in the fridge, like, that's my stuff. That's actually mine. So, this is totally... I get it, dude. I still don't know what the hell a day kid is. What is that? I also don't know what a fat boy is. I'm curious what that is. I gotta think who gives homeschooled vibes here. Yeah. Anyway, let's go next. I get new slippers when there's mold growing inside my old ones because I don't dry my feet when I get out of the shower because the carpet does. It potentially loses in. Okay, man. You're not supposed to sign the anonymous confession. You're not supposed to sign it. Also, that's crazy. Also, you guys want to see do you want to see what my slippers look like? Look at these. You think it's time for new ones? These things are cooked. And then look at the left one though. The left one is not as bad. I need new slippers for sure. They're falling apart and then they're also moldy because I don't dry my feet when I get out of the shower. So there's like a couple reasons. Unk-ass shoes. What the fuck? They're comfortable, dude. Whatever, man. I'll kill you. Let's go next. I made a Tinder account as a joke with some friends and put my Venmo in the bio and I got banned from the app for requesting financial transactions. Well done. Well done. You know what you want and you go for it. You know what you want and you go for it. I respect it. I hope you got money. I hope you got what you came for. GG's. GG's. I like it. Let's go next. That's not a confession. That's a flex. Yeah, true. All right. When I was on a trip to Spain, I ate so many scrambled eggs. Oh, no. Just copious amounts of scrambled eggs. Eventually, it caught up to me when I was on a rowboat in the park with my dad. Oh, no. We went to the boat for 30 minutes, but 5 minutes in, I knew I was going to be absolutely shitting my pants if I didn't get off. Long story short, I shit my pants on the boat in Spain because pants, shit it or not, my dad was getting his 30 minutes of rowing. Oh, snap. They went and did it again.
This scrambled egg story is Grady.
This is not me. I didn't even submit any of them. Great, tell the story now. Wait, what story? Yeah, your egg story. I'm not telling my eggs. Actually, oh my god, I could have put that in the confessions, actually. My egg story. All right, fine. I'll tell my story. Okay, so back in like 2014, my cousin was getting married downtown Vancouver. So there were some celebrations afterwards. We had already been drinking, and then we went to this club. And the only thing I remember about the club is these, like, they brought this giant platter of like 60s. You guys wouldn't know what 60s are if you're not in Canada, but it's basically just a giant bottle of Grey Goose. And I remember literally just drinking the Grey Goose like it was water. So needless to say, I was fucking hammered. We ended up leaving the party. We went outside and there was this bus driving by. It had Jamaican colors and stuff. And there was like reggae playing. We're like, oh my God, we have to get on this bus. And so one of the people in our group, it might have been me, I can't remember, Went up and asked the bus driver if we could get on the bus. So we had a party of probably about 12-ish people. A bunch of my cousin's friends, my other cousins, me, my brother, the whole shebang. So we ended up getting on this bus, and it was like kind of like a reggae tour that goes like through downtown Vancouver. And so we're on this bus, and I'm having the best time of my life. Dude, I love reggae. I love me some Bob Marley. I love me being hammered and being on a bus downtown Vancouver. It's a great time. And then out of nowhere, this massive brawl breaks out. Apparently, some of the people in our party started talking shit to the other people on the reggae tour, and they got into a massive fist fight. Reggae bus stops. We get off. They talk their shit. They disperse. I go back to the hotel for the night. I ended up passing out in my dad's hotel room. I wake up in the morning, and like it was like that. Because you know when you're drunk, you're not actually sleeping. It was like that. I wake up and my uncle's rapping on the door. He's like, we gotta go. We gotta check out. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like actually still hammered. I feel terrible. Like I feel like I could vomit at any moment. And so even just moving or like getting unhorizontal was incredibly nauseating. I get up, I'm going down the elevator, and my uncle looks at me. He's like, dude, are you good? I'm like, yeah, I've never been better. And I was not good. So we get down. He's like, dude, he's like, we should get some food in you. Let's go get some breakfast. So we go to the hotel restaurant, you know, just next to the lobby. So we sit down. He orders me some scrambled eggs. So we're sitting there, and I'm just like, you know, when you're trying to like not die, and we're sitting there, and my uncle's like talking at me, and I'm just like this, like fist in my eye, trying to like not die. The scrambled eggs come. I take the first bite. I'm like, okay, that was all right. I take the second bite. I'm like, uh-oh, something's happening. Something's about to happen. And my uncle's talking, and like out of nowhere, you know when you're just like, I'm going to puke, and there's not a lot of time. I hadn't done any pre-scoping out of where there's the nearest washroom available. But I did ask, I said, hey, where's the nearest washroom? And they said, you got to go down the hall, down the thing, then this and that, and there it is. And so this washroom, there's no washroom in the restaurant. The nearest washroom is like 500 feet away. Like it could have been further away. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna puke right now. And so I get up and I start like semi-jogging down this long ass hallway. And I'll let you know this as well. At the time, I had been doing gigs in this same hotel for my job I was doing. And so the people knew me there. In fact, as I was running to go to this washroom while I had these eggs in my stomach ready to burst, I actually saw some of the technicians, the AV technicians, setting up a room with like a projector and a screen and everything. I was like, oh my God. I'd never used the washroom. I had never known where the washroom was. It'd kind of been an in and out thing anytime I had come here. Or I'd been in other rooms and stuff. And I'm running down, and so it's like this long hallway. I saw the sign that said washroom, and it said go right. So I look right, and I puke in my mouth, and I turn the corner, and it's a stairwell, and I just projectile vomit this egg gray goose concoction just everywhere. It's like I painted the stairwell. It was a goddamn disaster. And so this is the confession part. I wiped my brow, I wiped my mouth, and I went back to my uncle and I said, pay up, we gotta go. I said, pay up, we gotta go. And so we left. And as we're leaving, we get out, and there was a commotion. And the commotion, you could probably guess where or why it was happening. And there was like a bunch of hotel employees, like, hovering around what happened, and some of them were going, oh God, oh, like they had like visible expressions of, oh my God, like there's something died in the hallway here. And they turn around and they look at me and my uncle, and I'm like, And so my uncle goes to the front desk, and I literally ran out, and I went down the block to get away, and I swear they popped out front to look for me, and dude, I never went back. Thank God, because the company I was working for had gigs there like every week. And so I ended up leaving that company for another company, and I never worked there again. We gotta go. Anyways, that'll happen. So yeah, pants shitter in Spain. It'll happen, man. Don't worry about it, okay? Don't worry about it. But anyway, let's continue on, shall we? Let's go next. One time I was on a walk with my dog and didn't realize I was out of poop bags. My dog pooped in front of a very strict building with cameras, and there was an officer across the street. So I did what any good, God-fearing individual would do and took my sock off and picked up the poop and walked home with my poop sock. Yes, the sock was disposed of. Not all heroes wear capes, but they do wear socks. You did what you could. You did what you could. And I respect it. I will say this. Recently, within the last, it was like a week or two ago, I was on a walk. I go on my daily walks every morning. And I shit you not, no pun intended. On that walk, I saw what could only be described as a 6-inch vertical dog turd. Not only did I not know this was possible, but also, how did that happen? I didn't even take a picture because I was so in shock. And I was listening to Jammer stream. I went straight to stream. And I said, oh my God, you guys, I just saw a 6-inch vertical dog turd. And someone in chat, not going to name any names, said, why are you looking at vertical dog turds? I said, brother, how could you miss it? But instead of miss, I wrote kiss. Like it auto-corrected to kiss. So yeah, now people think I kiss vertical dog turds. Unfortunately. So. Moral of the story, proofread before you send the message. Okay, let's go. Dear Diary, I was in a Handicapped stall about a month ago because I like to stretch out while I take a dump. What? I sat down and soft serve milk chocolate poop stormed out my bum like a herd of rabid elephants. By the time I was done, I had pooped a termite mound. I was as wide as the bowl, and the tip of it could scratch my bum like a proctologist's pointer finger against my rear exit. Not gonna lie, if I squirmed back and forth on the toilet, it kind of tickled. I'm like halfway through this, and I don't know if I can continue. I'm not proud of this, but I made a young gentleman in a wheelchair wait for 15 minutes while I dropped a poo rope. For 15 minutes, I was Poopunzel, letting my hair down. I wiped and didn't even bother trying to flush. She was stuffed like a burrito. I didn't even bother washing my hands as I didn't want to hear it from a guy in a wheelchair. I made it out into the parking lot and started my car in under 90 seconds. This is Steven, by the way. Oh my God, dude. This did not happen. I'm going to say this. This probably did not happen. And if it did, the story's probably a little embellished. But I will say this. This is a work of art. This is a pure work of art. And reading this was a treat. Thank you, Steven, if that was you. Thank you, man. Let's go next. This is definitely not Steven. What? I was having a hot, steamy, sexy time. The best 15 seconds of my life, because 14 seconds in, I was mid-thrust and shat the match. Dude, what? Not the log kind of shat either. The kind of poop that makes you wonder if you spilled a bowl of beef stroganoff in your bed. It was chunky, lumpy, hot, and creamy. It bore through my mattress like lava, killed the vibe instantly. Threw the mattress out and had to have the carpet shampooed. It smelled so bad, my dog threw up when he entered the room. Hi, Steven. Thank you for the confession. Yeah. Not much else to say about that. I think killed the vibe? Did it actually? By the way, Noodle posted this in the Discord. It's related to your egg story. Noodle did? Yeah, that's a canon event. Dude, this is amazing. He just has a way with words, Steven. Beautiful. Wasn't me. I would never post stuff like that. Guys, okay, if you're watching the YouTube video or you're someone who might be new to this stream, we have someone named Steven Seagal 101 who probably every stream, if not every day, cheers 100 bits and tells us a poop story. A very personal, a very descriptive poop story that has either happened to him or is about him. So this very well could be Steven. Now, Steven has just said that it was not Steven that did this, and that he would never post something like that. Now, I'll have you know, 100 bits is the equivalent of $1 on Twitch, and Steven has cheered 50,000 bits minimum in the channel. Every single bit, every single 100 bit of that is a poop story. So when he says I would never post stuff like that, he's a dirty, stinking, bed-shitting liar. Let's go next. In high school, I was in an on and off again situationship with this guy. It was prom and I decided to not go with him. After avoiding him the whole night, I finally made it to prom after party. While I was very drunk and stumbling to the bathroom, I opened the door to the family bathroom and saw him going to town with twins. Wait, so I don't know what a situationship is. It's like you don't know what it is, right? That's what it is. So he was cheating on you, kind of, with twins? Interesting. I feel bad for you. That would probably be not a fun thing to stumble in on, that's for sure. Oh, especially at prom. Prom's supposed to be this, like, a lot of people in their heads, they're like, prom's supposed to be this, like, magical night where, like, everything goes perfectly. And this is, like, the exact opposite of the dream. I'm sorry this happened to you. That's unfortunate. Goddamn. Wait, also, going to town on twins? What does that mean? Like, they were two sisters? Oh, chill. Chill! Oh, dude. I'm sorry, bro. That's unfortunate. I mean, good riddance, I guess, right? All right, let's go next. Okay. These are actual texts I've seen about my shits. Why are there so many poops? There's so many poops! I'm completing the Bristol stool chart. What is it? I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is. I'm pulling an Elvis. I think I know who this is. This is nostril assault. Who's sending these texts to you, first of all? I don't know why I thought this. Like, I thought, like, you'd be out in public, and then, like, maybe you leave your number to, like, tell me how my shit was, and then you get randoms texting you this stuff. That bean warfare is crazy. Help me. Oh, these are actual texts I've sent. Oh! Sorry, I don't know how to read. So, the person who's confessing this is sending these texts to somebody else. Outhouse swamp. Death by Kale. Oh god, man. Behind every dam is a flood. Oh my god. Infinite turd. I'm only technically alive. All right, man. I hope you're good. Whoever this is, I hope you're all right. Bristol stool chart. There's a Bristol stool chart? Let's go next. I used to roleplay with strangers on Omegle as a child. Oh, God! Oh! No. We're gonna go next! The blue hearts? That's crazy. We're gonna go next. Not judging. I'm not gonna judge. Not my place to judge. This is definitely not Steven. Oh my god. Here we go again. Round 3. This is definitely not Steven. I pooped in my friend's garage one time, and his dad ran it over with his Jeep and waffle stomped it into the floor of the garage and his tire. Needless to say, I wasn't invited back, but I did feel better afterwards. The release was tremendous. The excess gas that had built up behind the dam of poo logs released in one long drawn-out fart that sounded like you forced air through a stack of roast beef. Moist with some I didn't need clarification, actually. After the gas came the logs, and they flowed like tubes on a lazy river. Wow, that's descriptive. I passed 6 cigar-sized logs, and they clumped up in one steamy little pile. After I wiped with my shirt? How do you end up in this position? Go find a toilet. How do you end up in this situation? What? I threw my soiled shirt into their garbage can, walked home. Turns out a steaming soiled shirt covered in feces attracts animals. The garbage was raided by a family of bears. I believe I now have a restraining order against me for that hot July day 20 years ago. My therapist will be hearing about this. Thank you. Let's go next. I'm going to confess an embarrassing misread I did today. I read Olivia Mooney as Olivia Gooney internally, not out loud, but now she's gonna know. Olivia Gooney's crazy. Also, for those that don't know, that might be watching this video, on Twitch, we have somebody named Olivia Mooney in chat, a regular, and someone has misread internally Olivia Gooney as that name. So henceforth now, I declare that Olivia Mooney going forward shall be known as Olivia Gooney. Gavel drop. Let's go next. Years ago, I saw Michael Shannon, the actor, I don't even know who that is, on the bus and didn't want to acknowledge him, so I stared at him. He stared back. We continued to stare at each other until his stop. He got off and I stared out the window at him until he stared back at me from the sidewalk as the bus pulled away. Sometimes I wonder if he ever thinks about how weird that encounter was. Hold on. This is Michael Shannon. He's got a staring face. I feel like he's staring in every picture at us. Through us. Like he's staring through us, but it's hitting our soul, and our soul's being carried with his stare on the way out. I could see it. I can see it. Honestly, if he started staring at me like this, I would stare back too. So kudos to whoever that was. Let's go next. I'm a glorified pen thief. I'm gonna get mad. I'm gonna get really mad. I can tell. I'm gonna have to find my center. You dirty fucking pen thief. Okay, I have a weird obsession with having different types of pens. Since elementary school, I've acquired many different kinds of pens. Gel, ballpoint, jelly roll colored pens galore. I swear to God. We said when we were setting up this confession thing that there'd be nothing triggering. Okay, allowed in. And now I read about this glorified pen thief? Huh? Where'd all my pens go? Where'd my pens go, dude? My favorite pen, where is it? I'll kill you. I'm gonna kill you. In Minecraft. In the Minecraft video game. Alright, let's go next. I hated my evil stepmother so much. After she lost my laptop and blamed it on me, I finally had enough, so I put my dog's pee in her shampoo bottle! And I would scrape her brush on the side of the toilet every night. She sucks and I have no regrets. This is petty on another level. And I love it! That's fucked up. And I respect it. I respect your decision. I feel like we've all had like an evil somebody of adjacent relation, of adjacent acquaintance, that we'd all love to just piss in their shampoo. I guarantee you, we've all had one adjacent relation with someone we hate that we love to take just a swift piss in their toothpaste. Classic. Let's go next. Thank you for sharing. I once gave bro the wrong test answers and almost made him fail. 3 years later, he's dating both my sisters in a... Wait. Whoa. Hold on a second. I gave bro? Now, when you say bro, not a lot of words, a lot to unpack. Sorry. I think when they say gave bro, they're talking about a friend, not an actual brother, because that would be weird in the second half. Wow. And almost made him fail. 3 years later, he's dating both my sisters in a polyamorous relationship. Okay. Do we think that bro found out about the wrong answers on the test that he took and took it upon himself to be not only befriend, but enter a polyamorous relationship with said person's sisters, sorry. This might be, if that is true, this might even be more petty than the last thing we just read. Who agrees to a poly with their own sister? That's what's weird about it for me, is like, how could, if you were like a sibling, share... That's so weird to me. This is a little weird. That's very strange. I'm gonna go next. Thank you for sharing. I've hidden tiny little wieners in all the videos I edit for this Twitch streamer guy. I hope he never sees them or finds out about it. If there's a tiny little wiener somewhere on screen right now, I'm gonna flip my lid. There's probably a tiny wiener somewhere on the screen right now. And if I find it, we're gonna have a big talk, buddy. We're gonna have a big friggin' talk, buddy. Editor, cut this out, by the way. Let's go next. I cried at the end of Like Mike 2 in theaters. It's something that lives with me every night. I go to sleep. He just became like Mike, and it was the whole reason I was there with everyone. In that moment, I stood up and clapped with a single tear rolling down my cheek. No one else stood up. No one clapped. Just silence. Now, for those that are watching this right now, or anyone who may be new, this is no one's confession but mine. I did not put this in here. First of all, I did not write this for the confessions. This is an experience that I have had in my real life, and it's a true story. I was watching Like Mike 2 when I was like, I don't know, 12 or something. 11 or 12. And I'm watching Like Mike. He became like Mike. I stood up and I started clapping, and I had a tear rolling down my eye. And no one else in the theater was doing that. In fact, Like Mike got like a 5.6 on Rotten Tomatoes. Out of 10. Or whatever the rating scale is. So what? I liked the movie. So sue me, dude. Who's mocking me here? Somebody's mocking my trauma. Frick you, man. You should watch the movie. Maybe you'll like it. One could say you liked Mike. Yeah, I did. I sobbed at Jack Frost. I get it. Thank you. One time my ex asked me to wipe his ass for him after he shit. He said that his mom helped him when he was little. I never found out if he was joking or not. Ooh, okay. So, okay, question for you guys. If it ever came down to it and you had to do it, would you wipe the ass of your significant other? I would. I would do it. If I had to do it, yes, I would. So, we might all be sitting here and judging, but if it came down to it, we probably would do it. Let's be real. So, no judgment here. But his mom helped me when he was little? Brother, how old are you now? How is it the same situation? How is that a relevant thing to bring up in the moment? Maybe they were joking. I could see if they were joking. Okay, but he didn't need me to do it. It was just cause. I don't know if you understand the purpose of anonymous confessions. They're supposed to remain anonymous. Thank you. Absolutely, her farts would probably smell better once I took... Alright, let's go next. I used to slobber and teeth on my pillow pet until its fur was soaked, and over time it started to stink because of my nasty child breath. It was a dolphin. Listen, man, we all had a thing we did like this, right, guys? Let's not pretend we didn't do this. It's weird when we do that, man. This is normal behavior. I miss my dolphin is crazy. Okay, let's go next. I poo and pee the bed, Flint. Checks out. Thank you. Again, Flint, you're not supposed to sign it. You're not actually supposed to sign the confessions, but thank you for letting us know, man. I hope you can get it sorted out. God, it must be just an absolute disaster nightmare trying to get your bed sheets fixed up. Let's go next. I have a crush on the streamer. Throughout my day, all I can think about is that stash. This is one of the straight boys. This is a straight man. Thank you. All right, let's go next. I broke a girl's glasses after making out with her in the bed on the first date. We went for a tea at her place, got into bed. After a little makeout session and heading out, I thought it would be cute to try on her glasses. They just fell apart on my face while trying them on. She saw and was shocked because there was no previous damage, and I didn't pick them up with a hard grip, giggity, or anything. What? Was the giggity necessary? Yeah, kinda. I offered to pay for them, but she said no. I kissed her goodbye as I had to go. We didn't really see each other since. To be honest, not sure if she can see anything without the glasses anymore. She got new glasses. She had to have gotten new glasses, man. I mean, you gotta give it to him. Going in, enough to break the glasses? That's a good time, probably. You guys had your fun? Don't see each other. I find that interesting. Not sure what she saw in you anyway, eh, pal? Good one. Not sure what she saw in you because her glasses broke. Let's go next. I have little crushes on some of my Discord friends and it feels too silly. Uh-oh. Who is it? Who did it? You guys, do you think Twitch is a dating website? Sometimes I wonder. It's not, to be clear. It is not. But sometimes it feels like it. Although I can't really talk because me and Jammers ended up being together. So, yeah. Absolutely the fuck not. Yeah. I think what it is... Okay, we actually talked about this a little bit. Twitch is not a dating website, but you have constant and direct interaction with people like in VCs or like wherever else throughout Twitch communities. Sometimes it becomes inevitable that you would link up with somebody. Let's go next. When I was a junior in college, I swiped right on a freshman on Tinder. We met up and he was very upfront about wanting to be only friends with benefits. I told him I wasn't interested and went our separate ways. That Friday, I went to a party and got blacked out drunk. My friends took me out of the apartment we were in and sat me on a bench outside where I threw up on the ground. In my drunk state, I was trying to reach for the floor to touch and play with my vomit. As I was doing that, the freshman kid walked in front of me and I kept yelling out for him and saying I loved him. I couldn't look him in the eye ever again. Damn. You know what they say? Sober thoughts are drunk thoughts. Or what is the thing? What is the saying? Drunk words are sober thoughts. Or, what is the saying, dude? What am I trying to say? Drunk words are sober thoughts. That's it. Something like that. And there you go. You loved him. Don't deny it. Are you drunk? You stay away from her. You stay away from Jemmer. You stay away from her. No, I'm good. I'm actually good. Let's go next. My roommates and I had been drinking in college. My FTM roommate, I don't know what that means, was really turned and pulled out his packer, fake dong named Cupcake. What is this terminology? Because that is what it smelled like when new. And wanged it into the his shower. We all went to bed. Wait, what? What? Wanged it into his shower. We all went to bed. The rest of the house was up in the morning, and we hear a squeal from his room. The dude had forgotten he did it and got jump scared while taking a poop. I'm sorry. Okay. He wanged it into it like he threw it? Is that what that means? I need help with wanged it. Yeah, what is wanged? He threw it? Okay. He wanged it. Yeah, I can see that. Let's go next. I used to be addicted to playing Minecraft and watching Minecraft YouTube videos, but my parents were super stringent about computer time. So I only got 1 hour of fun time on the weekends, and that was it. Wow, only 1 hour? I also used to be involved with Soundless Tech at my youth group when I was in church. They had a really flawed security system, so sometimes in the middle of the night, I would bike the 14 miles down to my church, or steal my parents' car even, break in by sticking a piece of poster board through a crack between the doors to trigger the interior's unlock sensor, and watch YouTube or play Minecraft on the sound system Mac. Sometimes the door to the tech booth would be locked, so I'd have to turn around and go home. Even dodge cops investigating the car. Eventually, my mom caught me, and I never did that type of stuff again. Being addicted to Minecraft YouTube is another level. That is crazy. I once met up with my wife downtown for lunch during her workday. After lunch, we were walking around downtown, going to a few stores when my stomach started to turn. I decided I was going to head back to my car early and go home, so we parted ways. Now, what percentage of these are about poop? We should take a number on that, because it's got to be like over 30%. Like, it has to be. 99%. It's crazy, man. Bunch of poopers, I tell you what. Listen, if you ever, for any reason, catch me in a parking lot with a 24-pack of Charmin Ultra, it's not poop related. I don't do that stuff. I'm past that. I don't do that stuff anymore. Anyways, I decided I was going to head back to my car early and go home, so we parted ways. While walking the 5 blocks back to the train station, the shitstorm started in my pants. I had to walk back to the train, wait at the platform for like 5 minutes, ride the train for about 8 minutes, walk to my car, and then drive the 20 minutes home, all while rotting my own shit. Oh my god. All while rotting in my own shit, hoping it wasn't leaking out and leaving a path like Hansel and Gretel. Luckily, I have leather seats, so I was able to just Lysol wipe them clean. This isn't Steven, by the way. Yeah, I don't believe it for a second. I've said it before, but Grady's chat is obsessed with poop. Why is that? What happened? It's not even chat. In an entirely unrelated community confession night is just like this. Ah, fair. Thank you, Steven, for the response. I was on again, off again, FWB. Oh, dude, you guys have to stop using these acronyms. I'm realizing there's so many acronyms that I've never seen before. What is an FWB? Oh, friends with benefits. Okay, that makes sense. I was on again, off again. Friends with benefits with a bartender at a restaurant I worked at in college. While we were off, not dating, we were trying to close the restaurant early, but didn't lock the doors early. We ended up doing it in the private dining section, and a guest walked in and made eye contact. She was immediately flustered and ran out. Still surprised to this day that she didn't tell my manager and get me fired. Wow. Risky business. That's some risky business right there. Wow. I don't know, dude. If it was me... Okay, say you were the person that walked in and saw it happening. I just don't know if I would say anything. I don't know. I'm not really a narc. I just don't know if I would say anything. I don't know. It's just not in my nature. But I would understand if you did for sure. I wouldn't like hold it against you. It's just not something I would do. So, but if like I was in your shoes, the person that did the thing, I would be so sketched out that like someone would say something and I would get fired and I'd be actually so embarrassed. So I would just never be in this position in the first place. But yeah. Why can't we wait for privacy? Yeah. I don't know. Just go home into a private area. That's fine. We don't need to do it in a restaurant, man. Like do it in your car in the parking lot. Do it like in a Wendy's drive-thru like a normal person. Some people's children. Just go to the hotel Stairwell. No one ever goes in there. Shut up, dude. All right, let's go next. Sometimes I strip naked in a public bathroom to use the urinal. I hang my clothes on the stall doors until I'm done and then get redressed. Hell yeah. I mean, listen. If there's any way to assert dominance and let them know that this is your bathroom and they are not to be using it when you are occupado. I say it's occupado right now. This is how you assert dominance, guys. Take notes, okay? This is, that's how you get it done. All these poop stories, and this gets the judgment. Yeah. This reminds me, okay, when I was a young chap, we had this bathroom just outside the gym. And anytime we were in gym class, there was this kid, we'll call him Ross. And it was one of those bathrooms where like it's open, like you could like look into the bathroom, but there's like this wall. Oh, what do they call them? I can't remember, like a pony wall. And so you have to go around the pony wall to get into the bathroom. And anytime Ross was in the bathroom, you would walk in and Ross would drop trow to his ankles and just pee in the urinal. And like if there's anyone who is a urinal user, you know that you don't need to drop trow to ankle to use the urinal. But you would walk in and be like, oh god, Ross, god damn it, man, what the hell? And I think he did it to assert dominance. And I was mad at first, but as the years went on, I realized Ross had a point. Yeah. And so now to this day, if I'm ever in a bathroom and no one else is in there, I drop trout on my ankles and I let them know in memory of Ross. Not memory of Ross, in honor of Ross. I'll let them know that's my bathroom now. And you can wait your turn. Ross died? No, Ross is fine. Well, actually, maybe, I don't know. No, he didn't die. He might. No, he didn't die. He could have, but I don't think he did. I haven't seen Ross since like... Anyway, doesn't matter. So yeah, respect. I asked my ass to wipe my ass one time because my mom did it when I was a kid. I wasn't joking. This is so meta. This is so full circle. Whoever did this, standing ovation. Can we get a clap in the chat for who the fuck did this? Well done. For context, if you missed it earlier in the video or the stream, someone had a confession, like a real confession, where they explained how they had to wipe their ex's ass and the ex said that their mom did when they were kids, so it was okay. And now we have a confession from the side of the person whose ass was wiped, apparently. Well done. Full circle. Love to see it. Let's go next. Hopefully we end off on I'm hoping we end off on a really strong note here. But I have a feeling we might not. So, either way, it's been a fun journey. We've learned a lot about each other. A lot of stuff maybe we didn't want to learn about. But we have now. And we have to every single day wonder who that person was that said that thing. And we can only speculate because it's anonymous and no one said who was who. Last one. I put stream on, then have a nap. Your voice is soothing AF, even you're screaming. Really? I'll take it. I'll take it, man. You know what? This makes me feel good. Because a couple of years ago, I was part of a SMP, and there was a bunch of people who said they didn't like my voice. They said my voice was abrasive. It was annoying. And that shit lives rent-free in my head. Rent-free. So hearing that somebody actually likes my voice and says it might even be soothing, even my screaming, that means a lot to me. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. And with that, guys, that is the end of the confession stream. Thank you all for being a part of this. It was a lot of fun. We learned a lot about each other. And even though like 80% of these were about poop, there was some in there sprinkled in that I think were really well thought out. Some of them were wholesome. Some of them were scary. Some of them downright freaky. But at the end of the day, I had a good time. I appreciate you guys all sharing that with me. Maybe we'll have to do this again sometime. I think it could be interesting. Maybe we do like an annual thing or something like that. But either way, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And maybe we'll see you again in the next one. Thank you. And good night.